Good day everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back to a new review. For today we have a TV box made by THL, and if you haven't heard of THL, well, they make a whole bunch of smartphones. So for specs we have the Amlogic S905X, we also have 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of internal storage, and the device is running Android 7.1.1. For pricing, well, this starts somewhere around $45, but it really depends what version you get, because you can get a version with 1 gig of RAM and the version with 2 gigs of RAM, so it really depends which one you're gonna buy. Let's start with a very quick unboxing. We get a decent looking box. On the front we see the brand name, and turning the box around we are gonna see some of the specifications. Inside we are gonna find the TV box itself. We are also gonna find the user manual. The user manual is in English and it's got a whole bunch of pictures and instructions. There is also an HDMI cable, the power adapter, and this is the exact same power adapter that we've seen in the past. And lastly, the remote control. Just like any other TV box out there, the remote control is useless, and I do recommend that you use a wireless keyboard and mouse for a much better experience. The TV box itself, it's made out of plastic and it doesn't look anything special. Basically at the bottom we have some rubber legs and we can see which version we have. So I have the version with 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of internal storage. On the right hand side you're gonna find a USB port and a slot for an SD card. Luckily, this one actually allows us to install an SD card as internal storage, and that means that you're going to be able to install apps onto the SD card, which is great because a lot of other TV boxes with Android 7.1 don't allow us to do that. As for the internal storage, you have about 11 gigs left out of the 16 that comes with the device, and the speeds that I got for the internal storage are decent. And moving to the back of the device, there we have the AV out. We also have the second USB port, so we only have 2 USB ports. We have the network adapter port, HDMI out, and lastly the port for the power adapter. I've tried DTS sound and Dolby Digital sound with Kodi 17.3, and I'm very happy to say that they both work without any issue. So DTS sound and Dolby Digital sound work very good. Moving to performance, the scores that I got on the AnTuTu benchmark, the Geekbench 4 and the iStorm Extreme, even though they are not the highest out there, they are quite normal for the Amlogic S905X. For those of you that are wondering, this doesn't come with root access from the factory, and based on the digital rights management information that we get, we won't be able to play Netflix in HD. For connectivity we have dual band Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and they all seem to work great. Now I tried to measure the speeds for the Wi-Fi connection, however all the apps that I tried using don't seem to work, so the mouse becomes unresponsive for every single one of them, and I actually installed 5 of them. So I was not able to measure the speeds over Wi-Fi or over a wired connection, but they do seem to work okay. Since Miracast is also related to the Wi-Fi connectivity, of course I tried Miracast and I was able to mirror my phone's screen to this device, and it does seem to work good for watching pictures and even videos, so no problems with Miracast. On the YouTube app, so this is the YouTube app that comes pre-installed with the device, so it's not the official YouTube app from the Google Play Store. The maximum resolution that I was able to select was 1080p, so not 1080p at 60 frames per second. However, all the videos that I watched at 1080p seem to work good without any issues. And we are moving on to Kodi. So the THL box doesn't come pre-installed with Kodi, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. So you can go to the Google Play Store and just install the latest version of Kodi right from there. Once installed, it does seem to go okay. However, Kodi crashed twice in the 3 days that I've been using this TV box. So twice in 3 days, I guess is not too bad, but it did crash. Add-ons, of course, if you install any working add-ons, will work good without any issues. And moving on to gaming, well, I was able to play Real Racing 3 with a Bluetooth controller connected to this TV box, and the game did seem to go quite good, but I'm gonna let you guys watch for a few seconds. I've also checked the Google Play Store and everything seems to work okay, so you can search and install any app that you want, and I haven't found any apps that weren't available, so everything seems to go okay with the Google Play Store. Now that you have a better idea about its performance, you've seen how it looks, I'm gonna start recording the screen. I'm gonna show you how the launcher looks, and we'll also check out some video files and see which files work and which files don't. Alright, first things first, the launcher. So it's not a bad launcher, but it looks just like all the other launchers that we've seen for previous TV boxes in the past. So if you don't like this, you can easily install something else from the Google Play Store. So all these on top here are basically folders. So if you click on video, you can just add some apps for videos. So all these are just folders. I don't like the fact that we don't have the navigation bar at the bottom of the screen, so there is no way of actually bringing that up, and that means that we don't have the notification tab on top either. And that makes it a bit difficult to go home or use the multitasking. Moving to the apps that come pre-installed, well, we don't really have that many. We have this app installer, Chrome comes pre-installed, this file browser, the gallery, the movie player, Miracast, and that media center down there. We also get Netflix that comes pre-installed, the settings app of course, and the Google Play Store. The settings app looks very similar to what we've seen in the past for other TV boxes with Android 7.1. So here at the network you can connect to the Wi-Fi or through a cable depending on your setup at home. Moving back at the HDMI CEC, you can set the TV box to turn on or off depending if the TV is on or off. At sounds, you can change the digital sound, so it really depends on your setup at home once again and what you're planning to do with the device. Moving to display, here you can change the screen resolution, and this will be different depending on the TV that you have connected to the TV box. So if you have a 4K TV, you will have like the 4K settings in there, but this TV it's only 1080p. And lastly, if we click on About here, we can see the device's name, so the THL Box 1 Pro, and the latest Android security patch is coming from February 1st, 2017. And lastly, for languages, we do have a lot of languages like most of these Android TV boxes, and I'm just gonna scroll through them so you can see all the languages available, and hopefully you can see the one that you may be interested in. So definitely a lot of languages in here. And that's it for languages. And for our last test, we're gonna check out and see what video files work and what video files don't. So we're gonna start with this one. I've already tried this one and I know that it works fine. So I'm just gonna skip to the middle and we'll just give it a second. And as you can probably see, it does seem to work fairly good. So again, I skipped more and it does seem to work okay. So we'll stop this one, we'll move to the next one. This is the next one right here. And this one also seems to work quite good. We'll skip to the middle for this one as well. So no problems here at all. We'll stop this one and we'll move to the next one. This is a 4K file at 59 frames per second. So let's see if this one works good. And it does seem to work quite good. Let's just skip towards the end here. So yeah, no problems with this one either. So we'll stop this one, we'll move to the next one. This is another 4K file at 50 frames per second. So the beginning there, it wasn't that smooth, but it recovered after. And yeah, it does seem to work quite good for this file as well. So we'll stop this one and we'll move to the next one. This is a 720p file, so of course this one will do okay without any issues. So let's skip right here, and as I was expecting, it does work quite good. So we'll stop this one and we'll move to the next one. And this is the next one, the strangest movie ever. So we'll skip all the way to the end here. And this one seems to be doing good as well. So we'll stop this one as well and we'll move to the next one. And this is the next one, I believe. And once again, we'll skip towards the end here. And it does seem to work good as well. So we'll stop this one too. And let's see what we have here. This is another 4K file filmed with a phone maybe a year and a half ago, something like that. So we'll skip towards the end. It's funny that I have the exact same flowers in the exact same spot a year later. And let's see what we have here. This one is not gonna work, so there is no point in trying that, but we'll try this one right here. So let's select the top. and this one seems to work good as well. And it's time to conclude this video. So overall this is not a bad TV box, but I believe that it is a bit overpriced, just a tiny bit, and I do recommend that you get the version of 2 gigs of RAM because 1 gig of RAM doesn't work that well. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, press that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.